Action Stations.
Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today we have another live reaction replay commentary. This time taking a look at the replay of one KingTiger, who has chosen to look at the sky here for a few seconds at the beginning. KingTiger here is in the Saint Vincent, the Tier 10 British battle cruiser. And he is in a Tier 10 match with no CVs. However, two submarines, an I-56 and a 190 on his side, and the enemy side has two U-190s. So, this style of replay commentary, if you're not used to it, it's one that I do where I just boot up the replay, hit record, and slap record on my audio software as well, so you guys get to hear my genuine live reaction to what happens in the game. I do apologize if I sound a little odd because I am sick. It's that time of the year where the weather's changing. I'm all just bleh. So I do apologize for that. But looking at Tiger's Saint Vincent, it looks like he might have the Mad Lad build on here. Now, he didn't include his build with the email that he sending in this replay. But he does have Brisk on, which is part of the Mad Lad build. If you guys don't know what the Mad Lad build is in the Saint Vincent, it's where you take Brisk, you take Fearless Brawler, and you take the, I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's the one where when you are on fire, you get another boost to your main battery reload time. So the idea is between all of that going on and the reload module, you can get a ridiculously fast reload on the Saint Vincent's 9 18-inch guns. You get down to, I think, around like 20-ish seconds, which is ridiculous for any ship with guns this large. Just an incoming fire alert, which is interesting. Oh, speaking of Saint Vincent, there's the other one. He had HE loaded for that opening salvo. No, the Saint Vincent is a very interesting design that was really drafted up by the Royal Navy. Obviously, the design was not pursued because we don't have any of these in real life, but it's a really cool design. It's a neat historical design in my mind, and is one of the better examples of a paper ship in this game. The whole situation that's going on here with the turrets, if you're wondering why the turrets are placed where they're at on the St. Vincent, the idea is that you only have to armor with the really heavy armor the main battery magazines. So if you have the main battery guns as close as possible, you only have to armor from that front turret to that rear turret with your main armor belt. If it's like a traditional layout where you have the third turret way in the back, then you have to make the armor belt that much bigger. But keeping it all nice and compact, you're good to go. Ooh, a Stalingrad. That's the idea behind the turret layout, at least. And then, of course, it's 1920s technology, so you have to have the other half of the ship around for the engine spaces and such. If you look at the Nelson-class battleships, it's basically a cut-down version of this. Like, that's quite literally what they are. So, Stalingrad's going out around. He looks like it's himself, Smolens, Congress, a mass. The Orkin and the I-56 over here at the C-cap. Ooh, he's got AP loaded. Broadside Stalin. Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Yeah, it's going to happen. 29k off of the Stalingrad. 5 overpins. Of course, he does have 18-inch guns, so that does happen. Now, his 18-inch guns are not 18.1-inch guns. They are, well, they're 400 and... Oh, God, I just forgot. 457 millimeter 18-inch guns. They're not 460 millimeters. That is required to overmatch 32 millimeters of armor. So he can overmatch 32, but they still pack one hell of a punch. That's a broadside Louisiana right there. He just cleaves another 17k off of that to get up to 50k by the 5-minute mark. Not even the 5-minute mark, by the 6-minute mark, 4-minute mark actually. Man, math is hard, ain't it, boys? So, Louisiana has launched its planes, which means that, well, there's not a human being driving that Louisiana right now. It's either autopilot or the guy just smacked W a couple of times. So, he does have quite a few broadsides right here. He can Rainbow Six some of these shells in between the mountain tops right here. Definitely this Louisiana coming up right now. So, he's got a suspicion about some submarines over here. I didn't see if the hydrophone effect popped up or if he's just maybe dropping a little... Actually, well, okay, unless one of those two ships are incredibly fast, one the U-190 or the other U-190, I doubt there's any submarines around there because one U-90 is in B, other U-190 is in A. So he might just be trying to see if someone left their A on, see if he can spot maybe a DD or something like that. But there's the Le Fantasque over here, so, interesting to see what he would have been doing there. KingTiger, if you're in the comments, let us know. Stalingrad's pushing up. Let's see, holding, trying to see who's going to turn out. He's going to turn in. He would have to turn out to go around the island, so I'm assuming KingTiger was holding his shells for that. Louisiana, though, turning out, showing more broadside. Honestly, he could just chunk the shells into his flight deck, sorry, into his hangar deck, and that'll net him another like 10 to 15k, which is looking like more and more likely here. And boom, 18k, rip Louisiana's HP. That is the one Achilles heel of the Louisiana, and the only thing that keeps her from being just outright broken is that completely just chunky hangar deck right there, ladies and gents. 69k, nice, done so far in damage. Sit reps, not looking too good for the friendly team. Down a submarine and a cruiser already. They haven't even captured a single cap yet. The enemy team does have 2 caps up, and they have a 300-point advantage at the moment. Here comes the Louisiana's plane. He pops his AA sector a little bit too soon. Does pop his DFAA, so that is going to make the Louisiana planes a bit more deader. See, is he actually going to shoot any down? He should, because they have like no regenerating. 3k plane damage done. It does sound like the small lens is getting the kills, though. I hear the planes dying in the background. I got 1 out of that. Ooh, he is now visible to the Louisiana and to the Stalingrad, and they do have his side, and his ship's not that well armed because it's a battle cruiser, but he manages to throw the anchor out in time and rides the border a bit to throw their shells off. And he chunks the Louisiana for 6k that time, gets 3 ricochets. Looks like the Louisiana turned in sharply at the last second. Stalingrad has made the right decision in that he does not want any of this anymore. He is going away, bounces those shells from, I think, the Louisiana, maybe the Stalingrad? Let's see. No, those are from the Stalingrad. Louisiana doesn't have tracers on. Louisiana is bull rushing Tiger here, which is an interesting choice. Let's see. Is Tiger going to have... So this will tell us more about his build. If when this Louisiana gets into his detection range, he has the increased reload time. I'm sorry, yeah, decreased reload time icon. His concealment's 12.8, so 12.9. Let's see, if he has the Mad Lad build on, that'll make this a lot better. And, ooh, barely avoids getting chunked there. He does not have the Mad Lad build on. Okay, so he just has Brisk on, which is a smart take, because when you're undetected, the ship goes faster. It's a battle cruiser. It is a very fast boat in the first place, so why not make it even faster? And there goes the friendly mass. Friendly team down 3 ships already. Enemy team hasn't lost a single ship yet, besides Tiger chunking the Stalingrad's HP and Louisiana's HP for quite a bit. Let's see, was that aimed at the Saint Vincent or the Stalingrad? Well, if it was aimed at the Stalingrad, hit the Saint Vincent. If it was aimed at the Saint Vincent, it's a successful shot there to KingTiger. 13k off. He's at 100k at the 10-minute mark. Well, before the 10-minute mark. Man, this Saint Vincent is just showing him so much broadside. Let's see. He is going to try and capitalize on this. That Louisiana, what is this Louisiana doing? Like, oh, finally, an enemy ship's finally down. The Le Fantastic is taken down by the Orkin. He chunks the Saint Vincent for another, I think, 13k there. And that is the Azuma getting in on the action. Oh, and the U-190, enemy U-190 goes down. So the team's finally starting to claw their way back. They were about to lose the match outright there before those points got yoinked back in their direction thanks to the ships being taken down. Up, there goes the gear. So they have only a 500-point lead, fellas. That's all they have to overcome at this point. Ooh, really lucky that wasn't a Citadel. Pops his super hill and gets a Louisiana for his troubles. Okay, so they're 4 ships versus 3 ships down. Their Orkin's starting to get their cap. There's still a submarine and a Azuma around that cap for the time being. There's still a Stalingrad and Saint Vincent around here as well. There's the Stalingrad. And Saint Vincent's coming in for the action as well. So let's see. Now, the St. Vincents do have a funny torp. They have 2 torpedo tubes in their bow. Each torpedo does 30k alpha. And they do have the turning mechanics, which means that the torpedoes can be set to one heading. Uh-oh. Oh, hello, Stalingrad. How are you, sir? Okay, so this is the part where I would definitely use the funny. Oh, hold up. Speaking of the funny, the I-56 might get the Stalingrad here. Oh, doesn't have enough oomph to take him out. There goes the funny torpedo. The funny torpedo is not needed in this situation, although it does hit the ship. A little war crime there. That never hurt anybody, right? Alright, funny torpedoes out on the enemy Saint Vincent. Will the enemy Saint Vincent launch its funny torpedo? That looks like a dead Saint Vincent there. And, ooh, torpedo protection just managing to take enough of the brunt to not sink the ship. Why did the other Saint Vincent use this torpedo? Wow, okay. That's, okay. Never correct your enemy when they make a mistake. So, the kills are starting to catch up. Both teams have, what, 6 ships down, or 5 and 5? Alright, so friendly team has 5 down, enemy team has 6 down, so the friendly team now has the ship's advantage, but the enemy team still has almost a 200, no, they have over a 200 point advantage still at this time. The orking's pretty low, that's not great. The enemy DDs are all dead, though. By all, I mean the one that they had. And the submarines are dead too. Friendly team still has the DD and the submarine advantage. So you're gonna manage to drain these shots on the Suzuma. Oh, come on, make the Suzuma pop. That would make me exceptionally happy. Or chunk them for a good back. That would make me happy too. I'll take that 5k. Oof, there goes the Ohio. So now it's 6v6. Okay, fair amount of back and forth going on in this match. A rarity in today's World Warships. So the enemy is, well, dead on this side. Tiger's starting to make his way out west. Looks like Hindenburg, Wichita, Bismarck, Nebraska, and Ohio are all starting to make their way over here. Which is, well, more than can be said for a lot of teams. As I'm sure most of you guys know, what normally happens in situations like this is that the team just decides to stay put on one side of the map and not move. Like, they all find one island or one grid coordinate to hide behind. But this enemy team is actually walking towards the other team, which, again, is a rarity. This is on the NA server, by the way, if you are wondering. So B-Cap is being recapped by the Azuma, of all things, taking the cap. I'm going to hazard a guess to say he's going to get the cap because unless King can get around this corner island around F6, he's going to stay undetected, and the Orca doesn't look like he's going back into the cap. He is still with the Hindenburg at this moment, keeping that AP loaded in. Definitely would want to do that, because I mean you can't overmatch his armor, because he doesn't have 32. Granted, if he does go very steeply angled into him, I would load HE, because the dispersion of the Saint Vincent isn't great, but also he's at sub 13 kilometers, so I think sticking with AP would be fine here as well. That's what I typically do with the Saint Vincent. I typically start with HE, and then the closer I get to the target, I then load AP because of the dispersion of the guns. Although this looks pretty good. There we go. 10k right there. That's good enough for high caliber. His first medal of the match. His first achievement of the game. The Hindenburg decides he wants to turn broadside out to King here. Okay, so the enemy team got the B cap back, and now they are under 200, 60 points away from winning now. Okay, Tiger has stopped. Ooh. Maybe. Ah, nice! Just Thanos snaps that Hindenburg out of existence. It removes the last half of his health. Alright, so that's kill number 3 for him. Alright, he's on a pretty good tear so far. So enemy team's down to 4 ships. Friendly team has 6 ships left alive so far. Ooh, but a very low health Orc, and he's down to 300 HP. So that's pretty much an out-of-action ship out there. He's essentially only providing spotting, which is very important. But as far as actually shooting anything, he's done. He can drop torps if he wants to. Ooh, Wichita. Ooh, gets Confederate off of that damage from the Wichita, though. That was, what, another 11k? Up to 236,000 damage. Takes a big hit there. Pops his super heal for that nice British dry dock effect going on there. He's going to print back about 2/3 of his ship there. This should be a dead Wichita. This ship has, no armor. And kill number 4. Kill number 4. Oh, not so much. Takes him down to 2k. Looks like the friendly Congress is probably going to get the kill there. Oh, nope. He's still up. Okay, but KingTiger focusing his guns on something else, since that ship should be... I would like to think he's dead. That's a nice broadside of Zuma. Gets his guns out on him. Shoot, his secondaries might kill this Wichita here. Oh, there we go. Nice. Dead Azuma at the first 4th kill. Please tell me he's going to get a close quarters expert here with his secondaries. That would be great. The British Warships do have improved secondaries according to their description. Come on, come on. Get a secondary kill. Oh, 77. Come on, come on. One of you gunners. Ah, he's just going to say, screw it, use the main guns for his 5th kill in Kraken Unleashed. But wait, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, there is more to this match. So you have an Ohio and a Bismarck left alive, and since they're doing the great dishonor of remaining alive in front of King's presence here, I'm guessing he's going to try and end their existence. Okay, this should be a dead Ohio from this range. Absolutely. 6 18-inch guns into his belt. Dead. Yeah, 15k for kill number 6, 290,000 damage. And there's a Bismarck alive right here. I'm judging by the way he's angling ship. He's going to use his torpedo on the Bismarck. Because, I mean, German battleships have basically no torpedo protection. Oh, by the way, I got Confederate if I didn't mention that earlier. Upper belt, this should be like 15k. Yeah, 21k to the Bismarck. Alright, get that torpedo out on him. No? Oh, he's going to use his other torpedo. And by his other torpedo, I mean his big torpedo. And there we go, 7 kills, 312,000 damage from KingTiger. If you're wondering, that was almost a 3k base XP game, ladies and gentlemen. That's 2,800 base XP. I'm guessing he either wasn't running credit boosters or he wasn't running. Maybe he had like the gray boosters on, but that should have been over 1 million damage. I'm sorry, over 1 million credits on his part right there. I mean, he's only 3,000 away from that. Top of the team, of course, got 7 kills. He killed like 60% of the enemy team himself, and it's not like he like picked up the kills. No, he put in the damage for those kills. So what a game. A little bit of back and forth, not a one side stomp for either side. That's very nice when you get games like that are actually, you know, a little bit of back and forth, and you don't really know who's going to win by the 5-minute mark by like most matches that you have nowadays standards. God, that was a very enjoyable replay to watch. Thank you, KingTiger, for sending it in. Let him know in the comments down below what you think of his game and of his replay. If you have a replay you'd like to send in, you send it in to the link in the description down below, or you could also message it to me on Discord as well. Hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday and a wonderful rest of your week. If you don't hear from me before then, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 50,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Good, hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.